Most people believe happiness means having no problems. But something strange happens when life becomes too comfortable. The mind starts creating problems of its own. Why does this happen? Why does your mind feel restless, even when everything in your life seems perfectly fine? Why do worries suddenly appear, the moment things become calm? Why does your mind begin analyzing your future, your relationships, your purpose, even when nothing is actually wrong? It almost feels like the mind refuses to sit still, like it is searching for something, anything. But here is the deeper question. Why does having no problem become a problem for the human mind? To understand this, we need to travel back in time, long before cities, before technology, back to a time when the human brain was shaped by survival. For most of human history, life was filled with challenges. Finding food, avoiding predators, surviving harsh weather, protecting your tribe. Every single day required solving real problems. And the brain adapted to this world. It became an incredibly powerful problem-solving machine. Your mind evolved to constantly scan the environment, looking for threats, looking for patterns, looking for problems that needed solving. Because for ancient humans, missing a problem could mean death. So the brain learned something important. When a problem appears, solve it. When the problem is solved, reward yourself. That reward often comes as dopamine, a chemical that creates a feeling of relief and satisfaction. Problem, solution, reward. This loop shaped the human mind for thousands of years. But then something changed. In the modern world, many survival problems disappeared. Food became easier to find. Shelter became safer. Technology began solving problems for us. Compared to our ancestors, our daily lives contain far fewer physical threats. And on the surface, it sounds like progress. But evolution moves slowly. Our environment changed rapidly. Our brain did not. We still carry the same ancient mind, a mind designed for constant challenge. And when that mind wakes up in a world without clear problems, something unusual happens. It begins searching for problems anyway. Have you ever noticed how overthinking appears during calm moments? When you are busy solving real challenges, your mind feels focused, clear, directed. But when life slows down, your thoughts begin wandering. Suddenly the brain starts analyzing things that never bothered you before. A message someone did not reply to. A conversation from days ago. A future that feels uncertain. The mind fills the silence with questions. This is not because something is wrong with you. It is because your brain is doing what it evolved to do. Solve problems, even if it has to create them. Psychologists sometimes call this rumination. The mind repeatedly analyzing situations that may not require analysis. The brain simply dislikes being idle. Think of the mind like a powerful engine. An engine built for movement. If that engine has nowhere to go, it begins spinning in place. And this pattern is becoming more common in the modern generation. Teenagers and young adults today experience constant mental noise. Questions about identity, purpose, success, relationships, future. These thoughts are not necessarily harmful, but they often appear because the mind has too much unused analytical energy. In the past, people spent most of their time solving practical problems, building shelters, hunting food, traveling long distances, working with their hands. Their minds were occupied with clear tasks. Today, many people spend hours sitting still, looking at screens, scrolling through endless information. The body is calm, but the mind continues searching for challenges. And when the brain cannot find meaningful problems, it starts turning inward. This is when overthinking begins. Am I doing enough? Am I successful enough? What do people think of me? Is my life meaningful? These questions appear not because life is dangerous, because the brain is searching for something to solve. This leads to an interesting question. Were ancient humans happier than we are? The answer is complicated. Their lives were harder. They faced real danger every day. But their minds were rarely idle. Their attention was focused on survival and purpose. Problem, action, solution, reward. Their brains were constantly engaged with reality. In contrast, modern life often gives us comfort without challenge. The human mind was never designed for endless comfort. It was designed for meaningful struggle. This is why many people feel happiest when they are working towards something difficult. Learning a skill, building something meaningful, solving a complex problem. When the brain is engaged in a real challenge, something powerful happens. The noise fades away. The mind becomes focused, calm, clear. Psychologists call this state flow, a mental state where challenge and ability are balanced. Not too easy, not impossible, just enough difficulty to engage the mind. And this brings us back to the original question. Why does having no problem feel uncomfortable? Because the human brain evolved to stay active, to analyze, to solve, to overcome obstacles. When meaningful challenges disappear, mind does not simply relax. Instead, it begins inventing problems, overthinking, worrying, imagining scenarios that may never happen. But here is a realization that changes everything. The goal of life is not to eliminate all problems. The goal is to choose better ones. Problems that help you grow. Problems that challenge your abilities. Problems that move your life forward. Learning, creating, building, exploring. When your brain has a meaningful problem to solve, it stops creating meaningless ones. And suddenly the mind becomes calm again. Not because life is perfect, because your brain is finally doing what it was designed to do. So the next time your mind feels restless, and when nothing seems wrong, remember this. Your mind is not broken. It's simply searching for something meaningful to engage with. Give it purpose. Give it challenges worth solving. And you may discover something surprising. Having no problem is no longer a problem at all. If you enjoy exploring the psychology of the mind and learning how to think more clearly, subscribe to Cognitive Calm